Hello, I'm back. This is the final product that we came out with for our class, APR. This is me and a group of other people. So I've done 2 shots. Every other member has done 2 shots as well. And this is all of them compiled together. I'm going to turn off the volume and everything. There's some minor texture issues, like there should be like a dark sky with clouds and stuff, but for some reason just the moon shows. All the other textures seem to be working. I'm not sure, I can't remember if anybody, sometimes we'd have an issue where the character's clothes would not show up properly, but this is what our team has come up with at the end, flowing from one shot to the other. Some minor changes were made every once in a while, so one shot would work with the other as they cut from one to the next. A lot easier with the shots that have some time in between, so it cuts, and like him climbing through the window there, I could have him doing whatever. Some minor things that I'm sure my other group members would have liked to have done with the extra time, but for me, and these are all my team members, and that was our final. That's all of the shots together, everything working together. For me, though, my 2 shots being right here when he opens up. Let me see if I can. Okay, so he opens up the window there, and then I didn't do this one, and then I come back in right here when he comes in through the window and comes over to start untying her. And this shot again is somebody else. So the only things that I would have liked to have had if I had more time, again, when he puts his hands down here, that's the biggest thing that I would have liked to have had more time to work with. Not only his shoulder, or excuse me, his elbows as they come down get a little, like, they look a little broken here. Probably very painful to do that. Definitely not natural. And here both of his hands come down at the same time, which might work a little bit better if his front hand here wasn't going to the side of the window frame. And also, just even if they were both coming down flat, I would have liked to have staggered them a little bit more, but I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't have enough time. I just had to turn in what I had. Everything else is pretty okay with me. Again, I might have liked to have done something more with his fingers as he came in. Like maybe a more natural, in class they discussed how a natural hand position would be like the pinky curled a lot, and then the middle and the index curled less and less as it goes up. So it's more of a natural position for the hand to be in. That doesn't feel weird when he's like his hands all splayed out. And then I come back in here, and this one, I think the biggest issue I had was, and something I just didn't really notice until just as somebody pointed it out after I turned it in. His weight shift isn't very good. So his weight's kind of on his back leg here, so it's not too awful when he lifts up. But he should shift his weight more onto the back leg as he steps, and then shift his weight more and more. And he just, as he steps, he doesn't put enough weight onto his front foot before he starts coming up with his back foot. So the walk could have used a lot of work, and here I have him leaning forward too much when he comes to a stop. We were mentioning how his steps would have gotten, his strides should have gotten shorter as he came to a step or a stop, and his body would have leaned back more. I have him kind of leaning forward, and then as he stops, he leans back. He should have been leaning back and then kind of to come forward for that hand gesture, and then again, I guess from that angle it's hard to tell if he even shifts his weight to the other foot, but might have made it, probably should have made it more obvious that he shifted his weight to his foot to lift the other foot up. So the walk could have used a lot of work, and also I just feel the girl, I'm okay with the animation that she has, like especially right there with her legs, but I would have liked to have it transition a little bit better, because she kind of does this leg sweep here, and then my next team member had already had her bouncing up and down, and her legs shaking like this, and this is more of the character that we wanted for the girl, so I didn't live up to that as much as I should have or wanted to with mine, but overall I'm happy with how everything turned out. All of our group came together and made a pretty decent shot here, pretty nice little short, so it was quite a lot of fun. It's interesting working with a group of this size, bouncing ideas off each other and everything. And yeah, it was a nice little end product we came out with. Thank you very much.